And nothing is more evident of the performance that white people, but more specifically white women, have to do than pay attention to corporate America. I did a video and I talked about how, I asked the question, I didn't get a lot of responses from white women, but I asked the question of white women about how they feel about going to work where they just do not have the ability to just be, that they have to perform. And that question came out of a young white woman that I mentor. And she came on one of my lives on TikTok and she said, she doesn't know what it feels like to just exist at work. She doesn't know what that feels like. And she would love to know what that feels like. And she had been on a 2-year sabbatical from corporate America because she was burnt out by the performance that she had to constantly do as a white woman in corporate America. And she gave an example of how when she's in meetings, she, like the white women, have to be the one saying, oh my God, that's a great idea. Oh my God, yes, I think that's wonderful. And she said, I was in a meeting and I was just listening to them lay out the plans. And that day, for whatever reason, I just didn't feel like performing. And when I got out of the meeting, I went to my email and there was an email from my boss asking me what was wrong with me and that I seemed off in the meeting and I didn't seem as engaged. Now, prior to working with me, prior to encountering me, what she said to me is I would not even have recognized that I was performing because it's so ingrained in how we, particularly as white women, have to show up in the world. We either have to be the bubbly, the perky, we have to be the upbeat people in the office. Like everybody has a role. But what you can't be is just be. You can't just be. So when I say in this video is that the reason why a lot of white folks accept white content creators' apologies, because what they're looking for is the performance. And if the white content creator performs well, white people just go, what more do you want from people? How much more can you apologize? What more do you want them to say? Because from their perspective, the other white person performed well. And they are basing that performance on how they have to perform, not just in the world, but in the workplace, within their family, within their friends, in their friendship group. Like every white woman has a role, even inside the friendship group. All of them, they have a role. And one thing that white women do inside their friendship groups, and I know this from being friends with quite a bit of white women, and just watching their friendship dynamic, there always is a queen bee. And once they have assigned, whatever the white woman, whatever her role is, once they have assigned the queen bee, everybody below is performing. They're performing. Once you get casted in your role as the white woman, you have to perform that role. And so, yeah, there's so much performance inside of whiteness. And it's not until you start to deconstruct whiteness and really engage in empathy. And I'm talking about engaging in empathy from both a cognitive, emotional, and behavioral standpoint, you begin to see that every other form of empathy that you have experienced from white people was just a performance. It was just a cosplay of it. It wasn't real. And so, yes, it's all performance. And this is why these apologies work always for white people. And when the apology doesn't work for the white person, it's not because they saw through the mechanics. Because that other white person that's turning on their camera, they are also performing. They're performing the role of the good white person who sees what all the black and the brown people see. It's all performance.